You do not survive when you are surrounded, outnumbered, and frozen in place. For generations, every army on Earth believed this rule. Military academies taught it. Commanders planned around it. When temperatures plunge below zero, weapons fail. Vehicles seize. Wounds kill faster. Men slow, then stop. And when an enemy surrounds you with superior numbers, the outcome is supposed to be inevitable. That belief hardened into certainty in the winter of 1950. Chinese commanders believed it. American planners feared it. War correspondents expected it. An entire frozen army, cut off deep in North Korea, should have been annihilated. But in November of 1950, at a place called the Chosin Reservoir, one unit refused to follow the rule. And the United States would be stunned by what happened next. You are Lieutenant Colonel Raymond G. Davis, United States Marine Corps. You are 35 years old. You've already fought in the Pacific during World War II. You know what chaos looks like. You know what fear sounds like. You command the 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, roughly 900 men, now spread thin along a frozen mountain road in North Korea. It is late November. The temperature drops to minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Metal burns bare skin. Oil turns to sludge. Rifles freeze. Morphine crystallizes in syrettes. Men sleep sitting up because lying down can mean death. Strategically, this moment matters more than most Americans realize. General Douglas MacArthur believes the war is nearly over. UN forces push north toward the Yalu River. China, officially, is not supposed to be here. But they are. In secret, nearly 120,000 Chinese People's Volunteer Army soldiers cross the border at night. They move without radios. Without vehicles. They march through mountains the Americans think are impassable. Their target, the 1st Marine Division. Their plan, surround, isolate, and destroy it. On November 27th, the trap snaps shut. Chinese bugles cut through the night. Flares bloom over the hills. Suddenly, you are under attack from every direction. Units are cut off mile by mile. Radio calls stack up. Ammunition drops. Casualty numbers climb. Fox Company, your unit, is ordered to hold a mountain pass near Toktong Pass. If it falls, the entire division's escape route collapses. You look at the map. You look at your men. And you realize the impossible is now mandatory. The Chinese attack at night. They always attack at night. You hear them before you see them. Bugles. Whistles. Shouts echoing through frozen air. Thousands of boots crunching over snow and rock. Your men open fire. Rifles crack. Machine guns chatter, then stop. Bolts freeze. Gunners beat weapons with entrenching tools to keep them alive. You order men to sleep in shifts, 5 minutes at a time. 5 minutes is all the body can afford. Temperatures fall to minus 35 with wind chill. Frostbite claims fingers, toes, noses. Men whisper instead of shout because opening your mouth too wide can tear skin. Chinese soldiers come in waves. They wear padded uniforms. They carry grenades and burp guns. Many have no winter boots. They accept casualties Americans cannot imagine. You count the attacks. 1, 2, 3. By dawn, Fox Company has repelled 6 full assaults. Your casualties rise. Ammunition drops below 100 rounds per man. Food freezes solid. Wounded Marines cannot be evacuated. Then comes the order. Break out. Your battalion must move south. Between you and safety lies 5 miles of enemy-held road, narrow, exposed, climbing and falling through frozen mountain passes. You form the column. Point. Rifle companies. Wounded in the center. Rear guard. You move at dawn. Almost immediately, the Chinese open fire from the ridgelines. Mortars thump. Rounds burst in snow, throwing ice like shrapnel. Men fall. Others drag them forward. You do not stop. Stopping means freezing. Stopping means death. At one choke point, the road narrows to a cliff. The Chinese block it with machine guns. You order a frontal assault. Marines charge uphill through snow and fire. They fall. They get up. They keep moving. At Toktong Pass, Fox Company is ordered to hold again, alone, for 5 days. You dig in with bayonets because shovels bounce off frozen ground. Chinese forces surround you completely. Night attacks resume. Your men fire until barrels glow, then cool instantly in the cold. Hand-to-hand fighting erupts in darkness. You hear screams. You smell cordite and blood. At one point, Chinese soldiers break into the perimeter. You counterattack personally. Pistol drawn. Riflemen behind you. You push them back. On the 5th day, relief arrives. Not because the enemy retreats. Because the Marines punch through. Then comes the final test, the breakout. The entire 1st Marine Division begins moving south in a fighting withdrawal. 15,000 Marines. 7,500 Army troops. Tens of thousands of wounded and refugees. You march by day. You fight by night. At Funchalin Pass, the Chinese destroy a critical bridge. The road ends at a chasm. Engineers airdrop bridge sections by parachute. Under fire, in sub-zero cold, Marines assemble the bridge by hand. You cross. Enemy fire rains down. Men slip on ice, catch themselves, keep moving. By December 11th, after 17 days of constant combat, you reach Hungnam. The division embarks. You count survivors. The Chinese expected annihilation. Instead, they watch an army walk out. Mid-roll CTA. If you find this kind of forgotten military history as fascinating as we do, we'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. We believe these stories of courage and sacrifice deserve to be told. And by subscribing, you help ensure they aren't forgotten. What they didn't know was how badly this shocked everyone. Chinese commanders believed encirclement guaranteed destruction. Instead, they suffered an estimated 40,000 casualties, many from exposure. The US military re-evaluated cold weather warfare overnight. Equipment, training, logistics, doctrine. The Marine Corps adopted a new phrase. We didn't retreat. We attacked in another direction. Strategically, Chosin forced a complete reassessment of the war. The UN command abandoned offensive fantasies of reaching the Yalu. The conflict shifted into a brutal stalemate that would define Korea for decades. And for the Marines, Chosin became identity. Not because they won, but because they survived when survival wasn't supposed to be possible. Raymond Davis would go on to serve again in Vietnam. He retired as a lieutenant general. Many of the men who followed him home never fully recovered. Some lost fingers. Some lost feet. Some carried the cold with them forever. Today, fewer survivors remain each year. But their story still matters. Because Chosin proves something timeless. You can be surrounded. You can be frozen. You can be outnumbered. And still refuse to disappear. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. Every click tells the algorithm this piece of history is worth remembering. We're dedicated to rescuing these forgotten stories from the archives. If you want to join us on this mission, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment with your city or state, and tell us if someone in your family served. Thank you for ensuring that Raymond G. Davis and the men of Fox Company do not disappear into silence. They deserve to be remembered.